So we did start with the first element, and that is, of course, size. When we look at the other elements, which
Elsabe,
you would... Okay.
are you going to allow me to go into history again?
I love history, so you might as well do that.
Anything smaller than 0.3 until about 30 years ago, they threw away. There was no use for it. Or it went to carborundum, even if it was a very pure gem quality diamond. Remember I said the sizes that are important is 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. Anything smaller was simply thrown away. Then around about, I would say 1991, 92, De Beers started with a very aggressive campaign, that Diamonds Are Forever campaign. And there were various competitions worldwide for jewelry designers to use these small diamonds. And that's where you started getting those bracelets, you remember, with 5 or 6 or 7 strings of very small diamonds all embedded in that bracelet. These became very expensive. They were sort of collector's pieces. And pendants with hundreds of those, sometimes even thousands of those very small diamonds in them, and even rings that became very popular, where there are 30 or 40 small diamonds in a not as engagement rings, but as wedding bands. They became very popular, and this opened the market for designer jewelry to absorb a very large part or a substantial part of the waste in the diamond industry, or what has been waste until that point. Now you know that over the past 30 years, this has developed almost into a cult, that there are some world famous designers. Everybody, they are household names, and people know them because 30 years ago they won these De Beers competitions on how to make high class, very high quality jewelry out of very small diamonds. If we come to the second element that determines the value, it is the cut. You can have the nicest diamond that you want. If the technician, the polisher, if he doesn't get that table and the facets right, if the diamond does not reflect the way it should, there's a huge difference in value between a near perfect polished diamond and a diamond with flaws in it. You know, and you and I, our eyes are not trained. And we also don't have that loop to look at. I mean, even if you give me a loop and I look at the diamond, I won't know what I'm looking at, you know. To me, it's just a nice shiny stone that sparkles in the ring. But where the value is determined, those people are professional. They know what they do, you know. And they can determine the value very accurately. So the cut is the second most important thing. And because of this, that's the reason why for the past 100 years, the diamond polishing houses of any repute was based in Amsterdam or in New York. You know, they were basically controlled by a subsection of the Jewish population that you called Haredi, the Orthodox Jews. They controlled the polishing industry, but they were also very, very, very proficient at it. The diamonds that came out of those Haredi houses, they were, you couldn't get any better quality. Then the Indians cottoned on to how to polish a diamond, and remember, 50, 60 years ago it was done by hand. You mounted the stone on the end of a stick, and a man with that loop on his eye, he sat there and he did it by hand. That's also the reason why no two diamonds were the same. Today it's done on a machine with a computer-controlled program that determines exactly what the table looks like and how many facets there are and the angles at which they reflect. But the nicest thing about this is that the bad thing is now you get diamonds that are seemingly well polished. They look nice to you and me, but to the experts in the industry, they're not the same. And then you get these exceptional diamonds that they keep on the side. And those are the diamonds that the really rich people go for. But you have to, it can only be evaluated by somebody with that skill to know what is a good cut, a good polish, and what is not a good polish.
When we get back, we continue with some more elements.